Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things Weiss Schwarz and chill with friends. My name is Liam and today we're going to be talking about the Springfest 2022 prize support and the brand new English format restriction list. Now, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button to let me know that you want to see new Weiss Schwarz content. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. As well as that, please make sure to check out my other social medias on Twitch and on Discord. Links are in the description below. But let's jump straight into the video. Now, for this video, I'm only going to be covering the Weiss Schwarz side of things. So if you want to check the Vanguard products and the Vanguard prize support, please make sure to check the link below for the Bushy Road website to see the full list of prizes available for Springfest 2022. So starting off with the supplies that we're going to be getting a center marker and a deck box for Springfest 2022. Now, the last time we actually got a deck box for a Bushy Road event, I believe, was BCS 2018, where we got a Bang Dream deck box. So it's great to see that the deck boxes have come back, as well as that center marker. We got center markers back in BCS 2019 with first and second cards, so it'd be cool to see if we get any first, second cards as well. But the fact that we're getting a nice center marker and Shoko is looking freaking adorable, yeah, I think it's good supplies. There's a couple of things missing which we'll come to later, I think, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens with that. Now, moving on to the cards for the prize support, we've actually got quite a lot. In terms of participation, you're guaranteed a Rent-A-Girlfriend promo, which is a 2-1 green card, and you're also guaranteed a stamped Mashoko Tensei 1-0 with Rudy. So you're guaranteed 2 cards just for entering, which is pretty good. I think they did a similar sort of thing when it came to BCS 2019, where they offered the Batman Ninja and the Sakura promos. So that's really cool. Not only that as well, the Kanakari promo, we can actually get that stamped if you finish in the top 8 teams, which is really cool. As well as that, there are more promotional cards that you can get. If you're in the top 3 teams, you get a promotional early play Shizuru, which is like a really good card, and if you can get that stamped and get that promo, it's going to look fantastic in your Rent-A-Girlfriend deck. And finally, if you actually win the tournament, they're actually bringing back the champion promo from Springfest 2020 that was never officially released, the Alice, the level 1 climax combo from Sword Art Online Alicization. So in terms of the cards that are actually available, it's actually pretty good. Like, I'm impressed that there's actually got quite a variety of promos that you can get. It's really cool that obviously they would have printed the 2020 Springfest champion promos, the Alice's, before COVID. So the fact that they're still offering those out as potential extra prize support is really, really great. Now, the only thing that I think is missing realistically is a mat. Usually top 4 teams at Springfest get a play mat for doing well. And at the moment, there's no such thing on the prize support. I know there is the 2020 mat that was never actually released or given out to anyone here. Will that be offered to the top 4 teams? I hope so. Otherwise, the mat's just sitting there doing nothing. So I hope that they get offered to top 4 teams during the event, but we'll have to wait and see. Do I think they will? I hope so. I think they will, purely because they've done it with the Alice promo, so why wouldn't they do it with the mat as well? But we'll have to wait and see. And that's it for the Springfest prizes at the moment in time as of today. There could be more releases. Like I said, the map could get revealed. There could be other stuff added. We just don't know. We've still got about another month before Springfest actually begins, so things could get updated, so we'll have to wait and see. But now, let's jump into, I think, the main reason why people are here, the English restriction list that is brand new as of today. So the English restriction list actually is really small, and I think it actually balances quite well. I think they've actually done a pretty good job here. So here it is. We have got a restriction list on Kaguya-sama, and we've also got a restriction list for Data Live. Now, importantly, like I said in my stream yesterday, I thought that Data Live was pretty much guaranteed to be hit. That's the reason why the restriction list has been brought to English, due to how well it's been doing in Springfest Online and also the Bushy Road Rumble Online. It's had a very, very high representation and a very, very high conversion rate in terms of top 8. Regardless of all the controversies that happened during some of those events, Data Live has still, regardless, appear to be the best deck in the English meta right now. And it's been hit, and it's been hit well. It's not been quite a carbon copy from the Japanese restriction list, but at the same time, it's reasonable. So first of all, starting with Data Live, the Kurumi level 3 combo, Terrible Spirit Kurumi, has been limited to 2, meaning that you can only run up to 2 copies of that card in your deck. Now, this is going to hurt the consistency of Data Live, but it's going to make it fair because that card is so flexible and so good. Let's be honest here. The limit list has done well in Japanese format, and I think it's going to do well in the English format. As well as that, it's been accompanied by a 1-choose-3 restriction list, meaning that of these 3 cards coming up next, you can only choose up to 1 of them to run in your deck, but you can run up to 4. You've got the 0/0 Toka Brainstorm, the Rest 2 Brainstorm, and you've also got the 1/0 Toka, the one that gives 1,500 power during your opponent's turn, and also you've got the 1/1 Yoshino Anti-Change Exchanger. I think that's a really good choice. The only thing that they didn't add from the Japanese restriction list was the My Little Shido event, and I think that's good for the English format. I think that shows consideration of the English format being different from the Japanese format, so they haven't done a straight copy and pasta. They must have considered adding that event, but because the event isn't used much in the English format right now, they've not had to hit it, and I think that's really, really good. That's really proactive, and it shows a really good sign that English Bushiroad are actually like thinking about the English format as a separate entity to the Japanese format. But as I say that, talking about the Kaguya list, it's exactly the same from Japanese. It's got a 1-choose-3 of 3 core level 0s. The Chika Riki, the K Runner Clean Cut, and also the I Drop Searcher that basically propagates your entire level 3 combo if you want to run that way. So this is kind of making you choose either, do you run your consistency at level 0 for terms of the Clean Cut or the Riki, or do you run the level 3 combo, which obviously to maximize that full potential, you have to run the level 0 I Drop Search. I think this is more preemptive. I don't think the results from events that have happened support this. However, I think with the restriction happening to Data Live, they knew that Kaguya was going to be probably the next best deck, ignoring Mushoku Tensei because it's not out yet, so we're going to talk about that more in a moment. So I think that this Kaguya list is actually more preemptive, thinking that with Data Live being hit, Kaguya is going to become too strong, and as a result of that, they've tried to nip it in the bud a little bit. Is it the right move? I'm actually not sure, and I'll be interested to see how this impacts during Springfest 2022. And I'll be very, very interested to see sort of like what the top 8, top 4, what those deck lists are going to look like. So I'm very, very interested to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. But do I think it was the right move for the moment? I'm not convinced. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, talking about the restriction list going forward, do we think it's going to change at all? I don't know. In terms of the English format, I think there are certain things that could be hit in future sets. You've got to worry about Mushoku Tensei, which when that comes around, which literally got released today, I think that's going to be the 8 standby deck to play. Is it going to affect how it appears in the English meta? I don't know. I think it's a strong deck. It is a very good deck. But is it as overpowered compared to the rest of the sets as Data Live was? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think Mushoku Tensei is fine. It might get hit in a later list, depending on how it does in Springfest 2022 and potentially BCS 2022. But I'm not sure it's going to get hit. Moving on to other sets, Hololive. Again, I think Hololive is such a well-designed set that I don't think it's going to get hit. The only thing that might happen with how the English meta is currently, I wouldn't be surprised if Standbar potentially gets hit using the level 3 Sora and the Standby level 1 Miko combo. I think that could cause a lot of issues in the English meta potentially, and it might be a bit of a hot take, but I think in the long run, as the restriction list develops, I wouldn't be surprised to see something get hit with that combo. Do I think it needs it? I don't think so, but could it? Maybe. But again, let me know your thoughts about that. And obviously we've got other big sets coming up. We've got Danmachi coming. We've got Tokyo Revengers, which looks like it's going to be a very interesting set from what we've seen the release so far in the Japanese releases. I know it's been pushed back to July in English format, but that could be an interesting set without knowing what's going on. Could that be hit on the restriction list? It's way too early to say. But again, I think at the moment in time, the restriction list right now is stable. It's a little unfair on Kaguya, I admit. But the Data Live list is good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that they've considered English format, different to Japanese format in the fact that they've allowed the My Little Shido event. And I think overall, they've done a good job. I actually think they've done a good job. But what do you think? Do you think Kaguya was hit unfairly? Do you think Data Life should have been hit more or less? Do you think another set could have been hit? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be very, very interested to hear your opinions on this. And that's it for this pretty short video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've found these informational videos more interesting. I hope to try and do one once a week. I think, looking at the news, I know casually Weiss Schwarz, again, big shout out to Fern. He's done some fantastic stuff. I might try and do something similar, maybe just from like a different standpoint, a different opinion, a different way of delivering the news. I don't think there's nothing wrong with having too many news sites, too many news channels, should I say. Again, it'd be quite cool to work with Fern at some point and see what he could do. But again, that's something to happen in the future potentially. But what do you think for this sort of content? You know, I'm only doing this for this guy, you guys. I want to do it for the community, and I want to make sure that you guys are well informed. As you guys know, I very much focus on the English format more than anything. So maybe I can take more of an English format stance rather than focusing on JP. But what do you guys want? Please let me know in the comments below, because I'd be interested to hear what you guys think and what sort of content you guys want to see on this channel. So again, like, this is all for you guys, and I really want to do this for you guys. So please let me know below. But that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to let me know by hitting that like button. Again, check out my other socials in the description below. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!